welcome back to the premiere of Season 5 of Youth Alive, space designed for you to unplug from the rush of the week and plug into true encouragement and hope. As always, we thank you so much for joining us this evening. We encourage you once again to sit back, grab a snack, and enjoy. While together we get uplifted and reminded what it truly means to be young and alive.
Hello, hi, and welcome back to Did You Know? The Brain Edition. Oh yeah, today we're talking about the brain because I feel, personally, that the brain doesn't get the credit it deserves. I mean, it literally helps regulate our entire body. It's the coolest organ ever. So, how much do you know about the brain? Well, actually, how much do we actually know about the brain in general? I mean, it is very complicated and has a lot of functions, and so I wouldn't expect you to know everything. But in today's Did You Know, we are going to learn a little bit about the brain. Let's get into it. Did you know that our brain only weighs up to 3 pounds? Yep, 3 pounds. Meaning that all of the information that we have consumed our entire lives is in 3 pounds of basically fat and water, but that's besides the point. It functions and processes information better than any computer that has ever been made. Crazy. Did you know that our brain has two hemispheres? Our left hemisphere and our right hemisphere. Our left hemisphere is primarily processing language, words, numbers, and logical thinking. But our right hemisphere focuses on visuals, emotions, and faces. But ultimately, we use both to process all information. Like if you didn't have your left hemisphere, you would still probably develop language because your right hemisphere would just take charge. Did you know that our brain doesn't fully develop until we're about 25 years old? Yep, it starts developing first in the back with our temporal lobe, then our occipital lobe, then our parietal lobe, and then our frontal lobe. Our frontal lobe is one of the most important things to develop because it deals with emotions and decision making, but it's the last one to develop. So give yourself a break. Sometimes we can't manage our emotions, and sometimes we don't make the best decisions, but we are learning and our brain is developing. And well, think about that the next time you make a decision. So now you know a little bit more about the brain, and I encourage you to look up more. What does our brain do? How does it process information? What is the brain? I mean, all of these questions have answers and we can look them up. So I encourage you to do that because our brain is kind of cool. And also, if you really think about it, our brain is learning about itself and processing it, but it's already knowing that it's the brain. Yeah, maybe don't think about it too hard. But I hope you enjoyed this week's Did You Know? And remember, we are Youth Alive.
Hello, guys, and welcome. Welcome to your favorite segment, Pick of the Week. I know it's been a while, but we're so happy to be back, and we missed you. So, let's catch up a little bit. Why not some of you guys tell me what was the best thing that happened this summer? Let's hear.
My favorite part of the summer is when we went to Colorado and I tried river rafting for the very first time. It was overall a really fun experience and I had a really fun time.
The best thing that happened to me this summer was probably that my grandma came back with our family in about 3 years, so that was pretty exciting.
The best thing that happened to me this summer was going to Cancun to visit my cousins.
I had to choose one thing that I like best during the summer. it would have been that me and my family came back to Houston from India. So that was really cool because I could come back to see my friends and stuff and just be in Houston.
Wow, it's so good to hear that this summer was so fun and that everyone got to do amazing stuff. For example, for me, the best thing that happened is that I got to learn a lot of new stuff and I got to visit different places with my dad, which I hadn't seen in a long time. So I missed him, and that's pretty cool. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I know that school is on now, but that fun that we had on the summer, let's keep it going, because that's how we are. Because remember, we are fun, and we are youth alive.
Hey guys, you guys ever bored and don't know what to do to entertain yourself with? Well, in the works today, I'm going to show you guys how to do a cool trick with string. Let's get to it. For today's materials, you'll be needing yarn and scissors. Alright, let's get started. So, you're going to want to grab your piece of string, put it right in between your thumb, over again, and go back up. And right here is how long you're going to need your string. And you're going to cut it right there. Perfect. Now, with that, you're going to want to tie a knot. Make sure to keep enough space to double knot it. Alright guys, now here's how the fun begins. You're going to grab your string, do a nice little figure eight, and then bring it back. Now, with your string, you're going to put it across your palms, just like this. Now, with your middle finger, you're going to want to grab each end right here, and then grab the middle part right there. Now, with your thumbs, you're going to go over the first two, and then grab the bottom ones, and bring it back up. Now, you'll be having a string right in the middle of your thumbs. You're going to want to grab that string, pull it over your thumbs, just like that, and then drop your pinkies. And then you'll have a nice little teacup. Now, from here, you're going to want to grab the first two strings here with your pinky and pull down. And then drop your thumbs. Now, with your thumbs, once again, you're going to go over, under, extend, and then drop one pinky. And there you guys have it, guys. A star. And that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was In the Works. And remember, we are Youth Alive.
It's kind of early. It's kind of early right now. It's kind of early. Yo, Jose. What's up, coach?
Bro, what's up,
going on,
man? Bro, you ready for chest day?
Chest day.
Chest day.
No.
Chest day. Chest day.
No.
Bro, you ready for chest day?
This is too much suffering for me.
Come on. Come on, come on. Push, push. Come on. Come on, Jose. Come on. Come on, let's go, push. 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 Come on. Go, go. Man, come on, now you got so much more than that.
Really the way that I'm suffering right now.
It's time to hit the gym.
But not everybody suffers the same way. We have from personal suffering because of a physical illness or mental illness, or we can also suffer because of a natural disaster, or because of a school, or because of work, and so on and so forth. And I have 3 friends that they would like to share with you their experience with their personal suffering.
Hi, my name is Aaliyah. I'm 18 years old from Arlington, Texas, and I'm studying mass communications with a film emphasis and a marketing minor. Okay, I've had anxiety and OCD most of my life, ever since I was little. Like, I had to check the door to make sure it was locked. And then I started to get really depressed around like 7th or 8th grade, and I was formally diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and OCD the summer before my freshman year of high school.
So, hi, I'm Joshua Loya. I'm from Harlingen, Texas, down south. Go to Sam Houston State University, and I'm 19 years old, and I'm currently majoring in Homeland Security. So when I was younger, I was in Taekwondo, got my black belt in Taekwondo, and I was doing a sparring match, which is when you're fighting each other, but it's in a control setting. And one of the kicks of my opponent slipped and went down and hit my knee, and my knee kind of buckled up and went backwards a bit. And so ever since then, I had to wear a brace, and then I had to go to therapy for a couple of months. But it's just been one of those things where if I do physical activity like running, it always pops back up. So I have to wear a knee brace during when I'm exercising.
Hi, I'm Lauren Mack. I am 18. I am a freshman at Sam Houston, and I am studying psychology. So in 2019, my hometown was hit by an EF3 tornado, and the majority of our town was actually destroyed by it. Luckily, my family, we live outside of town, so nothing too bad happened to our house and like our property, but it was just like a devastating thing that my town went through in 2019.
I mean, I guess that's kind of like a hard thing because I definitely think my life would be easier if I didn't have these things, but also there's things about them that are so ingrained in who I am that they're just a part of me. I take medication every day, and I have for pretty much since I was diagnosed, so I don't really know like the worst that I can be in terms of mental illness. But I mean, there are definite days when it's harder than other days.
Yes, it does hold me back, but to me, it's just another obstacle just to get over. And it hurts when I'm going through it, but you know, Advil works. And but I guess suffering, yes, a bit.
I think in a sense, the community as a whole suffered from it, but I think it also brought us closer as a community, because I think that in times of suffering and like sorrow, you come together to like find community and like find peace within each other. So I feel like that's something that like I really saw was like my town come together as one despite the suffering.
As you can see with my friends, everyone has a different source of suffering, and that's all right. There is nothing bad with it. We are in the world, and in the world we are going to have trouble. When we are passing through those tough situations, we can start asking ourselves many things. We can start questioning God. We can start questioning who He is, and also why He allows suffering in our lives. But also we can start asking ourselves those questions that we already solved in apologetics. Is there a God? Why, if God is good, why we suffer? And those questions that we already went over. Throughout the next upgrades, we're going to be elaborating in these important questions. And while we are elaborating in these important questions, we are going to end up with these following 5 conclusions. First, we have to ask the right questions. Second, we have to live by faith in God's promises. Third, we have to continue to live in spite of our suffering or our pain. Fourth, we must live for others. And fifth, we cannot suffer alone. So I invite you guys to enjoy these following upgrades. I invite you to open your hearts and minds to God's truth and let Him change your perspective of suffering. Actually, suffering is an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to build better relationship with your friends and family members. And it is an opportunity to see God's glory. Even though it's painful, in Jesus, there is always going to be hope.
I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows. But take heart, because I have overcome the world.
are you kidding me? You need to get better. Like, what was that? You almost broke the machines and you're determined. You didn't even do it right. Like, what do you got to say to this? Like, come on.
You know what? Even in the suffering, we still are youth alive.
And there you have it, y'all. That wraps up another awesome episode of Youth Alive. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do here through Youth Alive. We encourage you to plug in next week here through Twitter at 7 p.m. Don't forget to share with all of your friends so that together we can be uplifted and reminded what it truly means to be young and alive.